So we got ourselves a problem with this truck. I just started it up to air it up and move it, and it doesn't want to rev up. It's struggling to stay running. The RPM dropped down to 500 RPMs roughly. I push the pedal, nothing happens. I just hooked this. I think I know what's wrong with it. I hooked the scan tool up to it real fast while it was running to try to see if I was getting any throttle position input, see what the percentage of the throttle was. And as I was doing it and scrolling through, because I don't use the scan tool too much with these, so I was gonna have to find it. So as I was scrolling through, I saw engine percent load was at 99.5%. So I was like, all right, so it's struggling. It's working at basically almost 100% just to stay at 500 RPMs. So I'll show you what it's doing, and I'll tell you what I think it is. So start it up. That's what it's doing. Got almost nothing coming out. All right. That's just air in the cab. Cab raising. Must have built enough air. So that's the problem we got. Now we got pretty much nothing coming out of the exhaust. This truck was running fine when it was in the other building. I started it up, I drove it over here, I parked it here, and it's been sitting here for a couple of days, or over the weekend. It's Monday, so it's been here for probably, I don't know, maybe a week. And before that I had to change out the radiator, so it's been doing a lot of sitting lately. But it ran fine right after I did the radiator. It ran fine right up until last week when I moved it over here. It was either Thursday or Friday, so it's only been like 3 or 4 days it's been sitting here. So what I think the problem is I think the engine brake is stuck on. I don't know why it would be on. It's like I said, I didn't run it really with it sitting here, so I'll have to go get a flashlight and then show you. But that's the engine brakes down there behind the turbo, so I'm thinking that the engine brake is stuck on and we just basically running like an engine brake's on with a clogged exhaust. So I'm gonna go get a flashlight and we'll see if we can see anything. All right, so we're looking down underneath the cab. Here's the cab, the front wheel. At the engine brake, it's right there, right with the lights on the air cylinder. And it looks like, I don't know if you can see, it looks like the shaft is out. It's kind of shiny there. So, if you look at it, the hose goes into the back of the air cylinder. It's a one-way cylinder. I think it's spring-loaded back, or somehow it's spring-loaded back, but being that the air is supplied at the end and that is it, then all it does is extend. So I think my problem is that is stuck out. So let's see if we can go up here, and so there's the, this light isn't very good for filming things, but that's right there where the light is. That's the clamp that goes into the engine brake. Let's see if I can set you up, and then maybe we can knock it off and see if it changes anything. All right, I can't get a very good light here, but let's see. Here we go. So this truck has had a weird engine brake issue. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. Like, it'll work for like the first half of the day, and then it will stop working halfway through the day. I'm hoping I can, I don't know, Anyway, let's start her up and see if it's still a problem. I'm willing to bet that we're gonna run fine. So I'll have to figure out what I'm gonna change. Might have to change the whole thing. I think it was probably stuck, probably inside the exhaust. It's probably the little flapper that's stuck. Well, there you go. So if you have a symptom such as that, very low idle, engine under load like that at an idle, doesn't want to rev up, wasn't doing anything with the foot pedal, it didn't have a check engine light because the check engine light was going out, that's what I would say your problem is, or a pretty good area to look. When I first did it, I didn't know if it was fuel starvation or anything, or what it was. Just because, I mean, as you can see, it's just not revving up, not idling. I didn't know if it was the throttle not working or what it was. What tipped me off was looking at the scan tool and seeing the engine percent load at 99.5%. So I knew it was already working hard to stay running. So that's why I thought maybe it's got a plugged exhaust. And check the exhaust, nothing coming out. So unless something catastrophic happened and one of those combs like the DOC or the DPF filter or something broke and clogged the exhaust, then I would say your engine brake is probably a pretty good possibility. Anyway, so hope that can help somebody. Thanks for watching.